Tell me about these types of tickets. So this is your most recent ticket for sit in line.
Yeah.
Happened this month. Tell me about it.
Well, I didn't have anywhere to go, and it was really super cold and windy, and I just wanted to go somewhere where I felt safe, to lay down and go to sleep. And so I picked under the tunnel by City Gate. And so everybody said, Geiger comes through to clean up the garbage. And so I had a lot of stuff that morning because it was just chaos that night. And so I took a little bit longer than usual. But there was a whole bunch of us in the tunnel. Probably I'd say about 10 people. And so all of a sudden, Officer I can't remember his name now. Yeah, Officer Prem. He came up and pulled up, and I said, oh no, he's going to give me a bad time. So we're all together just hurrying up and getting our stuff so we can hurry up and leave. And the first person he comes to is me, of course. I feel like he's targeting me for some reason. So anyways, he walks up to me and says, Miss Sarvis, what am I going to do with you? And I said, what are you talking about? I'm hurrying up and getting my stuff. Because I wasn't sitting and I wasn't laying down. I was just had my stuff. I had already gotten that stuff up, but I had been prior. And I said, well, I'm just getting my stuff, getting ready to leave. And he goes, I've told you about being in this tunnel. And I said, I understand what you're saying. I'm leaving, And he said, no, you're not going to get off that easy. And I said, God, it figures. And I looked at everybody and everybody else, and I said, well, what about these guys? They're pretty much doing the same thing I'm doing, getting their stuff and leaving, but I'm the only one that he talked to. He didn't care to talk to anybody else but me. And then he gets my name and my all the information he wanted, goes to his car, comes back, and he's got this ticket in his hand. And he gives it to me, and I said, are you seriously giving me a ticket? I said, what about everybody else? I said, I'm not the only one that was in here. Well, what did he say? He said, well, they were already leaving whenever I got up here. I said, well, so was I, and he didn't care. He didn't even care to listen to me anymore, and he gave me the ticket, and he said, there was openings at the shelters, and I said, no, there wasn't, because I checked. And he insisted that they were, and that I was just blatantly not heeding his warnings to me, like he'd been telling me every day or something like that. I've only had like maybe 4 or 5 incidences prior to that, and he's done me the same way, talk to me like I'm just, a nobody. Really, he disregards my situation. He doesn't want to hear what I have to say, the reasons I was in in this position, to understand why I'm in this position. But gives me the ticket anyways. I got another one before that, the same situation, except for he made a comment of, well, I'm going to take your son to jail because it's easier. It would take time to inventory all your stuff because I had a cart. So that's the only reason why he didn't take me to jail before that. And I believe it was this time too, because I had a cart. He didn't want to inventory all my stuff, so that's why he gives me the ticket. He's kicked me out of Coeur d'Alene Park, and I've only been here for a year. I think it was August or September. I've been here for a year, and I've started having run-ins with him in I think it was January. I started having run-ins with him, and I just feel that Well, when Jules closed down, that gave me nowhere to go, you know? And I think that's why I started having run-ins with him, because I had absolutely nowhere to go. I've been up to the Salvation Army and gotten turned away there, I think 3 times, because they didn't have room for women. I can't walk long distances, so, you know, can't take a cart on the bus.
So tell me what started your journey into homelessness.
I was over in Wenatchee, and I had an RV, and I couldn't pay for the licensing to it, so the cops over there towed it away because it was illegally on the road, because I couldn't afford the tabs for it. Because I'm waiting to get my Social Security, so I have no income at all. They say that I don't qualify for ABD, which gives you like 100 and something a month, you know, but I don't qualify for that. So I just didn't have any money to go rent a place, you know, because I couldn't hold a job, you know. They do a background check and find out that I have felonies or I have limited, I'm limited in my work skills, that, like if I was to work at fast food, if they even hired me, which, you know, I've been turned down because of I know it's because of my medical problem, my back problem and stuff, you know, because I would hinder their area, you know, in their area, because I can't move as quick as the young ones do. So they would pass me up for that reason, you know, because I'm physically not able. But, you know, I mean, that's what I feel. They don't give me a good explanation, but I kind of give them an excuse for not hiring me, you know. I mean, I personally would, they just didn't hire me because of this or that, you know, just so I don't feel so bad about them not, you know, hiring me. But I don't have a lot of a big education, so I could, like secretarial or, you know, stuff like that. I can't, you know, I don't have the skills to do that. But
So your journey in homelessness has lasted about a year?
no. I used to stay with my daughter, and we had a falling out, and I was over in Everett for a short period, for about 8 years, and then I went to Wenatchee. My mom and my sister both passed away back to back, and the person that I was staying with, a friend of mine, the house burnt down. So that's what started my homelessness, was the house burning down.
And when was that? How long ago was that?
That was 4 years ago. 4 years ago. So I've been homeless for 4 years. And then during that 4-year process, I came across an RV that I could stay in instead of staying on the streets. And I didn't have the income to tab it, or actually I sent 2 certified letters trying to get a hold of the owners that were registered, the still registered owners. And I sent 2 certified letters there and never got contacted by them. So I just didn't have the income, you know, to change it over. And then police, they ended up towing it because it was illegally on the road. So that put me really homeless. I considered myself homeless in the RV, but then again, I had a place to lay my head, you know, so I didn't really too much consider that homeless, but it was, you know, because I didn't have running water or toilet facilities, so I had to go, you know, sought them out, but it was being homeless too. So that's how long.
Do you have any family left?
No, just my kids. I have 8 kids. My mother, she's passed away. I have 2 siblings left. One lives in Cheney, and the other one lives in North Carolina.
Whereabouts?
Over by Wilmington.
Yeah. My younger brother lives south of Wilmington, close to the South Carolina border.
I was born and raised back there
Where?
in Laura, South Carolina.
Okay. I was raised in Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Oh, really? Yep.
That's my original home.
Yep. Then we're neighbors. We're neighbors.
So how do you see your way out right now?
Getting housing. That's my only way. The reason why I came to Spokane was I have an ex-sister-in-law. My kid's dad, he was riddled with cancer by the time he found out he had cancer, and he passed away. So I came over here because I reconnected with them, and things just didn't work out the way I thought they were going to. So my son was also over here, and he'd gotten out of prison because him and his girlfriend couldn't get along, so he got domestic violence and breaking restraining orders. But that was through the jail, and they did a sneaky. But anyways, he ended up getting released over here thinking that, you know, he had his dad's side of the family to fall back on to help him get up on his feet. And they would help him, but not me, you know. I don't know why they wouldn't help me out more than what they did, but anyways, that's how I ended up homeless. Because I came over here thinking it would be better than Wenatchee, because Wenatchee has nothing over there. When you're homeless, you're homeless. You know, over there, it's just a long process, you know. Like I said, I've been over here and for a little over a year now. Because this is October, I got here the end of August or the middle of August, so a little over a year. I got a hold of the housing people right away because I knew it would be I thought it was going to be a shorter process because someone told me that I would be able to get some type of housing, you know, soon. But if you don't have an income, so my Social Security, it was put on the back burner because of the COVID. That put me way behind.
How old are you?
I'm 58. I'm 58, so, and it's really hard. It really is. It's hard. Anyways, that's it.